Hi everybody, back again. I had a real busy weekend. I went to my convention, Days of the Dead in Indianapolis. Had a good time. Went with my daughter. We found a few cool things, got some autographs, got a couple photo ops. We went out and saw Child's Play in the evening up at the Circle Center Theater. So that was a good time. I enjoyed it. I might post up some thoughts on it later, but at least my opinion, it's good. So I'd recommend going and seeing it. So to run down what I got for you. First off, I'll show our photo ops real quick here. So here we are with William Shatner. You can see these on my Facebook too. If you look up horror and sci-fi collectibles on Facebook, I think it's at HS Collectibles is the tag for the group. So there we are with William Shatner. He was a lot of fun. He was, we were, of course, the photo op you're kind of rushed through, and then when I got his autograph, didn't have a lot of time to speak to him because they wanted to keep the line moving, as they usually do with the headliners. But very nice. I thought he was very warm. You know, you hear things about him being, a jerk or something. I didn't think so. He was real nice to my daughter, and just seemed like a sweet guy. Then here was our second photo op with Kane Hodder dressed up as Part 8 Jason. We've talked to Kane a few times. He's always been cool. He talked to my daughter for a little while and shook her hand before the photo op outside at his table. I got to meet Ken Satsuma, I think is how you say it, Satsuma. Anyway, he played Godzilla in the Heisei series. So from 85 through, I think, or 84, I guess, in Japan, 85 in America, through 94, 95, something like that, the Heisei series, he played Godzilla. Godzilla 85, or The Return of Godzilla, the Japanese title, is my favorite look for Godzilla, personally. And then my favorite Godzilla movie, of course, is Godzilla vs. the Smog Monster. So he played the Smog Monster in that one, and then the next two movies, he played Gigan, and then he took over Godzilla later in 84. So he signed over the top of Hydra here, the Smog Monster. I did have this signed a couple years ago by Haruo Nakajima, and he played Godzilla from 54 through, I believe, 72. So I got both of them on there. And then across the way in my office there, I have a third autograph from one of the suit actors that played him in Godzilla Millennium. So that was it for photo ops and autographs. That's all I got. We talked to CJ Graham for a little while, played Jason in Part 6. Very nice guy. He shot a little intro for me that you'll see later on my channel, and is going to help prompt a name change for my channel. Horror and Sci-Fi Collectibles is just getting to be a lot to say, and I'm going to shorten it down at his suggestion. So here's one item I found. I had seen the bigger version of this before, but this is the Freddy vs. Jason Horror Clicks. This is the expansion set, so I've seen the game before. It comes with a couple game pieces, but I got this because it's got 7 different little game pieces with it. A couple of Jasons. You can see dead center there, one of them together. Freddy's Furnace back there, the Freddy Snake Monster. I got it really, just for those little game pieces. I thought they'd be neat to sell on the shelf, so I don't have the rest of the game. Maybe that's something I can look for down the road. So I thought that was kind of cool. I got a bag of little goodies here. So these were our weekend pass lanyards. We got Herman Munster playing the guitar on them. That's kind of cute. I'm glad they gave us lanyards instead of bracelets. I got a sticker from The Thing of the dog monster. I thought that was pretty neat, so I decided to pick that up. I got a kick out of this from Trick or Treat Studios. It's a They Live air freshener, and it's bubblegum scented. They had them in color and they had them in black and white, so I got the black and white one. I don't know if I'll hang that up in the car or not, because I'm thinking I will want to save that label, so I'll probably just hang it here in the office somewhere. Let's see, got some pins. So there's a Flyboy, hope it's not glaring too bad off the bag, but an enamel Flyboy pin. My daughter picked this one out. It's an enamel pin of Leatherface. It's half Leatherface, half They Live, and I can see that is glaring kind of bad, so I'll get that out for you. Kind of different. Yeah, Leatherface and They Live put together, so she liked it. Here's one from Creepshow. If you can read it, I'll get it out of the package again. Sorry, getting too much. So this is one from Fright Rags, but you can read it there. It's from the Jordy Verrill episode. It says meteor shed on it. And then a Godzilla pen of him breathing his atomic fire breath. I thought that was a neat looking pen. I don't know where I'm going to put these pins, because I don't really have a jacket to put them on, and I've got a couple of others, so they're just piling up. Got this from the Living Dead Museum and Gift Shop, so if you watch the Horror Haul video for the Cincinnati Horror Hound, you'll see that off those same people I bought a piece of the Evil Dead 2 cabin that they use for exterior shots. This is a piece of the escalator from Dawn of the Dead, and I decided to go ahead and pick it up. Certificate of authenticity with it. You know, I don't know how much those are worth, but it says this certifies the artifacts herein are genuine pieces of the Monroeville Mall and were in use during the filming of the 1978 film Dawn of the Dead, and that this is escalator metal, part number 96. So I don't know how many of them they cut up. You can imagine how long an escalator is, and then think that maybe this is the edge of the handrail. So probably quite a few pieces out there, but I've got the Evil Dead cabin piece, so I thought that was one that I ought to have. From my buddies over at Sewer Lair Toys, I picked up Kevin from Sin City. I actually prepaid for this after they announced, or they showed on Facebook that they had it, and I've got a couple Marvs, so he's going to go nice with the Marvs. Let's see, another one. This was on my list for a while. I wanted this. This is the S-Mart Ash from NECA Cult Classics Series 6. So this was around, let's see, 2007, looks like. And in the series was the Hare Krishna zombie, which I do have, and the two figures from Lost Boys, which I don't have. But this was one I was excited to get. It was a little bit more than about half price of what Amazon wanted, and it was right in line with what was on eBay, and since I could actually see it and touch it, I decided to get it. So that was exciting to me. We'll see what the quality on this is like, but Evil Dead the musical, and I've seen snippets of this, pieces of it, but this is just a copy. I don't know if it's a good copy or not, but it was $5, so I was willing to take the risk. Eugene Clark was there, and though I did not buy this off of him, he had to have one or two for sale that were autographed. But this is the Soda Toys from 2000 and let's see here, 2006, 2007 of Big Daddy. You can see a picture there of him on the back, maybe a little better than what you can see in the package. He's really obscured by the plastic in there. So this is one I will be opening up later. But he comes with his machine gun, with the jackhammer, an extra hand, and an arm and a head from a body. If you got all three living or Land of the Dead figures, the Butcher Zombie, the Machete Tom Savini, and the Big Daddy, then you got all the pieces to make this dismembered corpse that would lay in front of him. So the head and the arm come with Big Daddy. So that was one I decided I wanted to get. Then a big ticket item for me. So this is something I had to begin with, but this is what I had William Shatner sign. My quantum mechanics captain's chair, 1/6 scale. I wish I had a Kirk to go with it, but I haven't looked too hard yet, though what I did look at, it looked like they were up in the range of $700 or $800 now, which is insanity for a 12-inch figure, in my opinion. Again, I'm trying to do a lot of what I do on a budget, and I will say I went over budget on this trip. And there was, the main reason for that is what I'm about to show you now. So this is one I was dying to get, and the guys at Sewer Lair Toys again hooked me up. We bought this from them, but this is the Mezco 112 Ghostbusters set. Comes in this collectible tin. You can see on the back you get a 112 figure of each Ghostbuster. It comes with Slimer. Each of them come with 2 heads, one regular expression, one surprise. They come with 6 hands, proton pack, an accessory that they probably used in the movie. Egon's got the PKM meter, or PKE meter, sorry. He's got a utility belt. They all got the utility belt. Ray comes with the night vision goggles and the trap. They all have a walkie-talkie. Venkman comes with the whatever it was that he was squeezing the bulb of, sampling the air around Dana's apartment. And then they all come with a proton pack that has a beam that you can snap in and out of it. The proton packs light up, and I think some of the light actually comes out the beam through the plastic. So I was real excited to get this. They made me a pretty good deal on it and a Chucky doll for my daughter. So this is one that you will definitely be seeing a review of sometime soon, but it's probably going to take me a little while because I want to make sure that that's a good one, and that's going to be kind of a long one too, probably, since there's 4 figures in it, 5 if you count Slimer. So that's the whole haul from the convention. We had a good time. We went to a Q&A panel with William Shatner, and I got to ask a question, so that was kind of cool. My question to him was, having such a long career and playing so many different roles, what was your favorite role to play? And his answer was that he put himself into each role. What he was, how he was at the time is what he put into each role. So when he played Kirk, he was new, he was fresh, he'd been Shakespearean trained, so he made the role very theatrical. Later doing Denny Crane, he was older and just wanting to enjoy himself, that kind of thing. So if you watch Boston Legal, Denny is all about doing what he wants to do. And he talked about a couple of other roles, but he boiled it down to, I put myself in each character, so it's kind of like picking a favorite version of myself. So he wouldn't really settle on a favorite role, and I can go with that. That's kind of a philosophical look at it that I hadn't thought about. It's a different take. But anyway, that's it for this one. Next con will be in September, running to Louisville to go to Days of the Dead again. There's going to be another Godzilla suit actor there. I forget the name offhand. One thing I will say about Ken Sasuma, when we met him, he did not speak English, but he did have a translator there, which was nice. When I met Haru Nakajima and the other guy, which I forget his name too, sorry, I'd have to look it up. Neither of them had a translator, and neither of them spoke English. They could say thank you, and I think that they could tell that I appreciated them, and I shook their hand and everything, and that was nice. But Ken, I was able to talk to him through his translator and tell him what Hedra meant to me, what Godzilla 85 meant to me, his work. I grew up with that stuff, Godzilla, loved it, and still do. And he was just excited and ecstatic that Haru had signed it. Haru having passed away, I think, a year and a half ago or so now, maybe almost 2 years. But that was the story with him. Very nice guy. I got a picture with him. They had some neat stuff at the table, some kind of rare Godzilla figures, I think, that were $200 and $300 a piece. I wish I could get more Godzilla figures, and maybe I will someday. But the Ghostbusters thing here now is the most expensive thing I've bought. And I am kind of finding that as I go, I'm buying less things that cost more. So I'm looking for, more, when it comes to the 6 and 7 inch figures, more rare ones, more hard to find ones I've been looking for a while. There are a lot of NECAs coming that I want to get, but it just feels like my tastes are changing a little bit over the last year. So maybe my tastes will get finer. Who knows? But in the meantime, I'm trying to do it on a budget, and that's what you're going to see here. Cheaper toys, and I think with that's the end of the video. Comment below. Let me know what you think of what you saw. Any cons coming up you're going to go to. Let me know, and we'll talk about it. So thanks.